So today I'm going to be talking about the really famous Ice of Hate photograph by Albert Eisenstadt of Joseph Goebbels. In the thumbnail, it's the one on the right. Yes. On the left is another photograph I'm going to talk about in a second. So, this was taken in September 1933. They were at a Geneva Convention, League of Nations, in Switzerland. And I think it was for disarmament, but I'm not entirely sure. So I may be wrong. And I mean, there's a ton of pictures of it because one of the photographers there, Alfred Eisenstadt, he had been charged with, not charged, he was just said, he was told that he has to document the convention. And there's a ton of pictures. I've mainly looked at the Goebbels ones, but there's a ton of pictures of the politicians that were there. And there's videos of them talking. There's actually a video of Goebbels and his translator talking. Well, everyone there at that point knew who Goebbels was. The Nazis had gone into power in January that year, and they knew he was this politician, this man who would go on to be known for his, and I quote, homicidal anti-Semitic attitudes. And he was, of course, one of Hitler's most devout followers, a huge sycophant. So Eisenstadt, a bit of background, he was German, but he was a Jew. Now, Goebbels wasn't the biggest fan of Jewish people, and well, when they met at first, Goebbels didn't really catch he was Jew. Maybe the surname didn't ring a bell, or there weren't any physical traits, stereotypical physical traits, that gave Eisenstadt away. But Goebbels was really friendly to Eisenstadt, and they had casual conversations, and that's when Eisenstadt took the picture on the left of the thumbnail. And it's just Goebbels smiling and having fun, yeah. And he was really in a good mood, cheerful. He was really enjoying himself. But between photographs, someone got to Goebbels and said, "Hey, this guy, photographer guy with a camera, the one you were laughing with before, he's a Jew." Well, Goebbels, he was not amused. And Eisenstadt, he approached Goebbels for a really candid photograph. He approached him and took the picture. And that's when Goebbels shot him this look, like this absolute look of hatred, just pure hatred. That's the picture I'm talking about, the right one, the Eyes of Hate. And you can see his hands gripping the chair in pure hatred. His eyes about to kill Eisenstadt. And Eisenstadt, of course, he was obviously scared by it. He went to the US. He took the famous VJ picture of the sailor kissing a girl. And he survived the war. He died in 98. But he survived the war. And now I am going to quote Eisenstadt on this experience. So, this is like his actual experience. "I found him sitting alone at a folding table on the lawn of the hotel. I photographed him from a distance without him being aware of it. As the picture may have some value. It suggests his aloofness. Later I found him at the same table surrounded by aides and bodyguards. Goebbels seemed so small, while his bodyguards were huge. I walked up close and photographed Goebbels. It was horrible. He looked up at me with an expression full of hate. The result, however, was a much stronger photograph. There is no substitute for close personal contact and involvement with the subject, no matter how unpleasant it may be." And then he also said, "He looked at me with hateful eyes and waited for me to wither. But I didn't wither. If I have a camera in my hand, I don't know fear." So I have read on different accounts that they did talk to the photographer and Goebbels, so that's where I got that from. But obviously, the photographer also took some faraway pictures of Goebbels, and there's a whole bunch of them. And yeah, he then approached him, and someone told the goebbels, hey, this guy is Jewish, and that's the famous look. And yeah, that is pretty much it. That's the whole explanation behind the pictures. It's a really candid photograph. It really shows goebbels, like pure goebbels, not putting on an act or anything, just his pure hatred, because he found out this photographer, who had been extremely friendly to him before, was Jewish. And just the hatred in his eyes is astounding. That's pretty much it. There's not much else to say. It's literally one or two photographs I'm going to be talking about. I'm also going to put if I can fit it in, it may not be there, but I think it will be, the VJ photograph in the thumbnail. But I'm definitely putting the Goebbels smiling and the actual photograph I'm talking about there. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Hope you found it interesting. I hope you liked it. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.